So in this video we are going to cover the what are the constructors available in the linked list and the what are the specific methods available in the linked list. Okay, so let's start. So first one is constructor. So you know that whenever we want to create the object of any class, let's take the example linked list, that's time we need the constructor. Okay, by using the constructor we can create the object of this class. So now here to create the object of linked list or to simply create the linked list we need the constructor. So in collection framework we have the two constructor here. So first one is the constructor with no argument or no parameter, that is without parameter argument constructor. Okay, so this is the first constructor by using you can create the linked list, new linked list which don't take any parameter, that is the first constructor. Now the second one is the constructor which takes the collection as its argument. So here collection is nothing but any collection, that is you can specify here array list or you can specify set, like that. Means if you have any existing collection you can convert it into the linked list. Okay, so that is the second constructor, that is new linked list which takes the parameter as the collection. So that is the two constructors available in the linked list. In array list, if you are aware, I have already told you in the array list how many constructors are there. Right, in array list we have the three constructors, that is the first with the no argument constructor, that is array list. Second one with the collection, that is the array list which takes the parameter collection object. So in array list we have the one extra constructor, that is which takes the initial capacity. Now you may have a question, but in case of linked list we don't have the third constructor, because if you remember I told you in array list the underlying data structure is resizable or growable array, right? Whenever we try to add the any element beyond its default capacity, so initial capacity was 10 in the array list, whenever we trying to add the 11th element, what it will do, it will create another array list. Okay, and it will create the new capacity, because it's 150% of the initial capacity. New capacity will be calculated based on the initial capacity. Okay, then whatever the new calculated capacity, that size of array will be created, and whatever the element from the previous array will be copied. So that's why there is a concept of the initial capacity. But in case of linked list we are using the doubly linked list, so that's why there is no concept of the initial capacity. Because how it's work in a base of the nodes, every data stored in a nodes which has the two pointers, one is previous which refers to the previous element, and next pointer which refers to the next element available in the linked list. I will show by example, and I also told you the how internally working is happening for the linked list in the next video. Till now you can consider, just remember there are two constructors in the linked list. Okay, one is without parameter and another one is collection object. So that is the linked list constructor. Now the next one is the what are the methods available in the linked list. As I told you, the linked list, it's a implementation class of the list. Okay, so whatever the methods available in the list will be by default present in the in linked list, but the only thing is implementation will be different, right? So list, it's implementing or it's a child interface of the collection interface. So in linked list we have the methods from collection as well as the list interface. So both the interfaces, whatever the methods available in the collection interface, in list interface, all methods by default will be present in the linked list. So here you can see that these are all the methods from the collection interface, that is size, is empty, add the new element, add all, remove all these elements from all these methods from the collection interface will be by default present in the linked list. Apart from these methods from the collection interface, whatever the methods available in the list interface will be available in the linked list. Okay, so what are the methods in the list? The what all the methods, almost all the method with the index, right? So index is the plays and vital role in a list. So whatever the methods is present in the list will be available in the linked list. So what are the methods? These methods and these methods all should be available in the linked list. Apart from this collection and list, linked list has its own method also. Okay, so what are that method we are going to see now. So the first one is add first. So you have not seen this method till now, right? Because it's a specific to linked list. We have seen the add element, add method, but we have not seen the add first because it's present in the linked list only. So add first, what is does, if you trying to add any element, it will add to the starting of the list. Okay, suppose I write the method add first and given the object O, so it will add to the first position in the linked list. The second one is add last. In reverse of the add first, add last will add or append the element at the last of the linked list. Get first, it will retrieve the first element present in the linked list. Get last, it will give the last element present in the linked list. Remove first, it will remove the first element in the linked list. Remove last, it will remove the last element present in the linked list. Okay, so that's all the method present in the linked list. That is the method specific to the linked list. Okay, so I will show the practical implementation and internal implementation of the linked list in the next video. Apart from this method, you have to remember that linked list, when we have to use the linked list, whenever we want to implement the stack or queue, that time we should use the linked list.